All right, Vyas, we've been getting you continuous coverage from Jahangirpuri. It's been 3 days and now on the 4th day, bulldozers rolled in Jahangirpuri only to be halted by the Supreme Court. But even after the order, for 2 hours more, the bulldozers went on about doing their job, raising about 30 structures. What you see right behind me are 10 images of what went down in Jahangirpuri, where, viewers, I was only there till yesterday. The tension is palpable. A lot more than just an uneasy calm. These are the 10 images that we recorded through the course of the day. Over 30 structures were demolished. The demolition continued till about 2 hours, even after the Supreme Court halted the demolition with status quo and pretty much saying that they will be hearing the urgent plea tomorrow. But the demolition continues. So what went down? Was there a deliberate attempt by the MCD and the mayor to violate what the Supreme Court had ordered? Or was it just plain procedural delay? Because a lot went down, a lot of politics asking that even though the Supreme Court has intervened, why is it that the bulldozers are still rolling in riot-torn Jahangirpuri?
At 11 a.m., the Supreme Court stayed this demolition drive. The top court intervened and instructed authorities to stop the bulldozers till the hearing on Thursday. But for over 1.5 hours, the bulldozers droned on, rolling down the streets of Jahangirpuri and demolishing all illegal structures. The bulldozers even reached the mosque, outside which communal clashes broke out on Saturday. Shops and other establishments were razed to the ground in a matter of minutes.
कंस्ट्रक्शन पर, कंक्रीट कंस्ट्रक्शन पर ये जो सीढ़ी है उस पर इस वक्त बुलडोजर चल रहा है. अभी तक सिर्फ टेम्पररी स्ट्रक्चर पर ही चल रहा था. जो लोग जिनका ये घर है वो बाहर तक आकर खड़े हो गए हैं ताकि उनके घरों को ना तोड़ा जाए, लेकिन अब वो उन्हें बुलाकर अंदर ले जा रहे हैं.
The demolitions continued unabated, but while all illegal structures were removed, officials didn't remove any part of the mosque.
This is the location. This is the prime location from where the Shobha Yatra had passed. This is precisely the mosque where there was allegedly stone pelting also that started. And now what we see, take a look at that, completely demolition taking place. They are calling it the illegal establishments that is now being demolished.
Angry locals were seen trying to save all of their belongings, questioning why their properties were being demolished as Jahangirpuri remained on edge.
लेकिन वो तो कह रहे हैं कि मस्जिद मंदिर के बाहर भी जो अवैध निर्माण तोड़ा जाएगा उसे.
Mind you, all of this was happening after the Supreme Court had stalled the demolition drive. The bulldozers continued with their mission, and it even prompted left's Brinda Karat to touch down in Jahangirpuri and stop the bulldozer.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपनी विजडम में कहा कि भाई वी आर गिविंग अ लिमिटेड ऑर्डर विच इज स्टेटस को, मतलब यथास्थिति बनाए. जब मैं यहाँ आई इस विश्वास को लेकर कि कोई कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट नहीं हो रहा, मेरे आंखों के सामने मैंने देखा कि बुलडोजर चल रहा है, इसलिए वहां जाके हमें रुकवाना पड़ा.
So how is this anti-encroachment drive continuing despite the Supreme Court clearly stating otherwise? MCD officials claimed they hadn't received any physical copy of the order and hence wouldn't stop their demolition squad.
यहाँ से दुकानें गिनते हुए आगे बढ़ते हैं. चलिए, ये पहली दुकान आप देख रहे हैं, दुकान नंबर 1, दुकान नंबर 2, ये तीसरा जिसमें आप देख रहे हैं मोटर पार्ट्स का काम किया जा रहा था, तीसरी दुकान. उसके बाद चौथी दुकान दिखाइए, उसके बाद 5वीं दुकान, 6ठी दुकान, 7वीं दुकान आप देख रहे हैं, ये देखिए 7वीं दुकान. उसके बाद 8वीं दुकान है, ये जीनत कम्युनिकेशन. 9वीं दुकान, 10, 11, 12.
Anjana Om Kashyap, Shubhankar Mishra and Pooja Shali for India Today.
All right, Piyush, what I'm going to do is we're going to get you all three angles of what exactly went down. A, in court. Joining me for that, sitting right next to me, is my colleague Anisha Mathur. She was in Supreme Court today. She was there when the order was delivered, and she's going to encapsulate for us why was there a 2-hour gap. On the other hand, we're going to cut across to my colleague Abhishek, who is also joining us for the latest from Ground Zero. He's going to tell us exactly on where the NDMC stands, on what is their explanation in all of this. Milan, my colleague, is joining us with local residents from Jahangirpuri who say we never really got any notice when it comes down to from the MCD or the NDMC. Milan, you have locals with you. Will you speak to them and get us a larger understanding on what was told to the locals? Was there any notice given at all?
Well, I would like to just show you that this particular shop that was razed, Preeti, belongs to Gupta ji, who has been running the shop for several years now. आप हमें बताएंगे कि ये दुकान में क्यों बुलडोजर चला है? यहाँ पर आप स्थानीय हैं, यहाँ कर आपको कब पता चला इस बारे में?
मैम, मेरे को सुबह के 9-9:30 बजे के बाद पता लगा था कि गुप्ता अंकल की दुकान को ऐसे ऐसे टॉर्चर किया जा रहा है। तभी भाग के आया तो गुप्ता अंकल और उनके जो बेटे हैं वो यहीं क्योंकि उनका बेटा मेरा खास फ्रेंड है।
सुबह में हम उनसे बात कर रहे थे तो उन्होंने कहा कि यहाँ पर जो ये हुआ गलत हुआ क्योंकि वो टैक्स भर रहे थे इस दुकान का और अवैध नहीं थी उनकी ये दुकान।
मैम, ये बात उन्होंने बिल्कुल सच बोली थी कि वो हर तरीके से सच ही बोलते हैं, सच बोलते हैं लेकिन कड़वा बोलते हैं।
आपको लगता है कि यहाँ पर जो कार्रवाई हुई है बुलडोजर की उसमें कई निर्दोष लोगों पर भी बुलडोजर चला है?
बुलडोजर चला?
हाँ, यहाँ पे जो दुकानों में बुलडोजर चला है।
नहीं, और दुकानों पे खैर का पता नहीं है क्योंकि हम तो इसी में देख रेख में लग गए थे। हाँ। है ना, तो ये इसलिए चलते नज़र कहीं हटी नहीं और अपना काम धंधे में लगे रहे।
Preeti, so basically Gupta ji was right here, but he had to wait here despite the fact that we have been speaking to a lot of locals. There was some aggression in the morning as well, where we saw that people were really distraught that their shops and establishments had been destroyed. I was speaking to a local right now who told me that this particular shop, and I would like Himanshu to show you, was razed down despite the fact that this has been a DDA allotted shop. The top floor of it was razed down, and all the rubble that you see around here is also the aftermath of what actually happened today. And people here in the area do say that they have been caught between the bulldozer politics, which was meted out soon after the violence broke out in Jahangirpuri. The order of the Supreme Court didn't reach well in time till here, which is why you see this particular shop has been razed down. And on one side, where I'll show you between the maze of the police security that we are always surrounded by over here, the other juice shop that was also razed down happened to be the corner point of the struggle over here. And certainly this is why we have been speaking that the Aam Aadmi in fact is the one who has been suffering the brunt of the politics of bulldozer here. Preeti.
All right, what we are picking up from ground, which what my colleague Milan was also telling us, is that most people, most residents there, now whether they are wrong, right, whether it's illegal, legal, the fact is they did not get a notice before their property was razed to the ground. I want to now cut across to my colleague Abhishek, who's joining us in front of the NDMC office. Abhishek, in midst of all of this, what is it that the NDMC maintains, A, in terms of whether they gave any notices or not, or on the other hand, why was there a 2-hour delay from the court giving the order saying halt all demolition right now? We're going to hear the plea tomorrow. What led to that 2-hour time lapse as per the MCD?
Well, Preeti, these are the two aspects of the situation which arose today. Number one is the NDMC's clarification. NDMC, North MCD, to be very precise, the North MCD maintains that to bulldoze, to remove any kind of encroachment on the road, on the footpaths, or on the covered drains, or the drains which have been encroached by covering, they don't have to give any prior notice. they give notice, they send notices only to the people where illegal constructions are going on. So this is a complicated situation inside the rule book of North MCD, in which they only give notices when the construction is going on, not when they have to go and bulldoze the structures. Now we are coming to the point why the 2-hour gap was given in receiving the order. Well, this is a typical Sarkari calm of the North MCD which happened today. The MCD officials cannot stop their work by reading a WhatsApp message or watching a TV. This is what they claim, that they didn't receive any kind of order in written, and in that 2 hours, in those 2 hours, they did their job, what they were supposed to do in Jahangirpuri. Pretty.
You know, Abhishek, just stay on with me. I'm going to come right back to you. Let's listen in now to the MCD Mayor North, Raja Iqbal Singh, when we spoke with him on whether there were any notices given to the people before the demolition drive began. This is what he told us.
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो भी आदेश है उसको हमने 100% फॉलो किया और बिल्कुल उसी गाइडलाइन पे हम लोग चले.
Please. All right, we're going to play the right reaction by the Mayor MCD North. We're going to play right back. Listen in.
ऐसा है कि जैसे ही हमें पता चला कि माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया है स्टेटस क्यू को रिटेन करने का, तो हमने उसी समय ही अपने जो जेसीबी लगे थे और सारा एमसीडी का एक्शन बंद हो गया था. और हम माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट का पूरा सम्मान करते हैं और कोई भी ऐसा एक्शन नहीं हमने किया कि जो उनके आदेश के बाद रुका ना हो.
All right, we're going to play the right reaction of the North Delhi MCD Mayor. But what I'm going to do is, till then, viewers, I'm going to quickly cut across and get you the timeline of it all, how it all started and what really went down. Take a look, viewers, in terms of the time. It was last night at 11 p.m. when news broke that the MCD is going to embark on a demolition drive in Jahangirpuri. Now, today at 10:58 a.m., the demolition mentioned before the Chief Justice of India. Now, this is what happened in court, because 10 o'clock, the demolition drive had in fact begun at Jahangirpuri. Then, like I said, at 10:58 a.m., the Supreme Court ordered status quo, which meant halt the demolition drive. Then 11:25 a.m., the order emailed to North Delhi Mayor, the police chief and the chief secretary. This was at about 11:25 a.m. However, the demolition drive kept going on. Then a physical copy of the letter was sent at 11:25 a.m. However, viewers, the demolition drive kept going on in Jahangirpuri. It was at 12:15 that Dushyant Dave tells the Supreme Court that the demolition drive is still on, despite of an email, despite of the order. And then it is much later, after 12:15, that the Supreme Court tells its registry to communicate orders via phone to every player which was there, which was involved in the demolition drive, be it the NDMC, be it the NDMC Mayor North, be it the police commissioner. And it is only around 12:15 to 12:30 that the demolition finally stops where Jahangirpuri is concerned. My colleague Anisha, who's sitting right beside me, was there today at the Supreme Court, and she's going to exactly tell us what really went down. Was there confusion in terms of the due process? Was there a delay there, or was there a flagrant ignoring of the order by the NDMC? Did the NDMC completely ignore the order of the Supreme Court for 2 hours after the order was given to halt all demolition? Anisha, over to you.
Well, see, if you look at the timeline that has happened today, 11 o'clock is when the order from the court was passed. It was renounced in open court. Now, the problem is that there was no police official, an NDMC official or their lawyer present in the courtroom. Therefore, it was the job of the petitioner's counsel and the court officials to inform the necessary officials about what the order is. At 11:25, as you just said, Preeti, 11:25, the lawyer of the petitioner, Advocate M.R. Shamshad, sent an email and a message message to the relevant officials. The physical copy of that letter on his letterhead was also sent. But the problem is, till that time, the actual copy, the signed copy of the order was not available. But yes, the letter from the lawyer was sent that this is the order passed by the court, that there is a status quo order, our petition is pending, the hearing will be tomorrow. At 11:25, this is the communication is sent. But till at that point of time, it does not stop. 12:15 again, when Dushyant Dave mentions the matter, the court staff then takes down the phone numbers of the relevant officials, calls them, and that is when the drive stops. So the question there would be, why is it that when an order was communicated to the officials concerned by the lawyers of the petitioner, did they not take that communication seriously? Was there some delay in them receiving that email? Did they just not see that there was this order that was communicated? Why is it that they waited till the court officials, the Secretary General's office actually called them? Now, normally what should happen in a situation like this is, if an order is communicated by the petitioner's counsels, it is for them, the government officials, to then accept that, or at least ask somebody in their office, their legal department, their lawyers, to verify whether something like this has happened. But it seems that today there was a complete lapse, both on the part of the petitioners, the court, and the NDMC and the police on the ground, because the court did not give the order copy in time, the petitioners were not able to communicate it in time, and the officials on the ground did not accept the letter, the legal notice that was sent by the petitioner's lawyers. So it's a question that will probably be asked in the hearing tomorrow when the matter gets taken up, that what exactly happened between 11 a.m. and 12:20 p.m. that there was so much delay in actually implementing this order.
You know, stay with me, Anisha. What I'm going to do is, Anisha spoke to various lawyers. She also spoke to the council of the Jamaat-e-Ulema-e-Hind. Now, they had put in a petition of why the demolition was taking place. It was illegal, whatever that might be, is going to be up for hearing tomorrow, is what the court said, while staying the demolition today. Let's listen in to both, these legal reactions, and I'm back with Anisha.
Since Supreme Court order is not available as of now, on my letterhead, I have communicated to the mayor. I have sent that letter on email to the Commissioner of Police, so that immediately they should stop this and follow the status quo order of the Supreme Court.
The demolition itself, I understand, is totally illegal. It is against the rule of law. And on the top of it, when the Supreme Court says that you stop and the authorities don't stop, this is a gross act of violation of the directions of the Supreme Court. Can you, without giving notice, without even telling them what's the legal provision, demolish their houses? It is unheard of. This is totally illegal.
All right, before I'm going to go into a quick break, I want to bring in Anisha back into this conversation. Anisha, take us through once again. You've been speaking to a lot of people in terms of the legal opinion coming out on what exactly went down today. What have you been able to gather? Who was wrong in all of this?
See, there are various nuances when it comes to what happened today. First of all, the question that has to be asked is, even if this was illegal construction that was happening there, and as the NDMC has claimed this was illegal construction that blocked the nalas in the area, was there ever a notice sent to the residents of the area that your construction is illegal, demolish it, otherwise we will demolish it? Under the MCD Act, under the Street Vendors Act, any person who is blocking a road or blocking a nala has to be given notice and given time to remove whatever encroachment they have created. So the first question that needs to be asked is, did this actually happen? Was there ever a notice? Or is this, as some people have claimed, some sort of a reaction to what has been happening in Jahangirpuri in the last few days? The second question that needs to be asked is, why is it that the officials did not try and verify the news or the information that was given to them by the petitioner's lawyers, or even when Brinda Karath reached there in person? Why did somebody not try and verify that there is actually a Supreme Court order and therefore they need to stop the demolition? Thirdly, a question will also be asked of the Supreme Court, that why is it that when an order was passed, why did it not get communicated in time? Why did the order copy not reach in time? And was there any lapse on part of the court or the petitioners in informing the relevant authorities? So a lot of things need to be considered, but at the moment what we see is that court passed an order, it was not implemented in time, and therefore there was demolition of several structures within that hour period.
All right, Anisha, thank you for joining us and breaking it down. I'm going to go into a quick break, but we leave you with these images. There were 9 bulldozers, viewers, that were there today at Jahangirpuri. Nearly 30 structures, illegal is what the MCD says, were taken down. We leave you with these images, coming back on the other side.
यहाँ हमने देखा कि